He is on it. Oh, he just dove back down. There's my jerkbait, and there's the whole schools underneath him. Oh, I had him. Got him that time. That's a decent one right there. We found this little underwater rock vein on the 360 and started scanning around. And with the live imaging technology, we're able to spot a couple groups of fish. Holy cow. Oh, that's dangerous. We're able to see them suspended right on that little ledge. And you're able to see your jerkbait on the live. And these fish have been kind of tough to catch, but you're able to keep it in that strike zone. When you see them coming, you're able to figure out the right cadence to get them to bite. Just give you guys a little breakdown of how we're actually finding these fish, why I have 3 units up here. I want as much resolution and space as possible for all of the key elements. So we've got our contour lines here. You can see we've got a point, but where you think that, the point would actually be, we found this little rock vein off to the side. And if you look at 360 over here, you can see this broken up rock, right? There's just nothing out here, it's sand. And then you've got all this chunk rock. Well, those are all ambush points for those smallmouth. And then when you transition to live, you can see that break on live. We're able to scan around and identify exactly where we want to cast. So we've been going up and down this break, scanning around until we find those smallmouth. And smallmouth, we talk about them hunting in wolf packs. There's a couple of them right there. They go. See him sitting right there on that edge. Look, flat break. He's sitting right there ready to feed as something comes over. So I'm always looking for those places that creates that contour, that edge that they can transition on. Anytime you have rock, sand, and grass mixed together, it's just a recipe for disaster for smallmouth. For me, it's kind of made it sight fishing at any depth. But what it does is it gives you another tool to gather that information to be able to make the adjustments. So the live is actually mounted to the shaft of the trolling motor. So I'm able to scan around whichever angle I'm fishing, right? I mean, you can look at the head of the trolling motor and see where you're pointed and point it right at your bait. You can actually see my bait right here. It's real close to the boat. And there's my bait. So you're able to scan around. When you identify where a fish is, you're able to line up, make that cast. Holy cow, look at that school. One of them's gotta eat it. I got him. Man, oh, that's a good one too. He crushed it. I mean, he crushed it. One of the nice things about throwing a jerkbait too with smallmouth, they hit it so hard, and they're called smallmouth for a reason. Their mouth is a lot smaller, so having 3 hooks plays a big part. When they get by the boat like that fighting, it gives you extra hook points. Gosh, he ate it head first too. That's how you want him to eat it. Makes it a little challenging getting a hold of him. Come here, buddy. Because he's got a mouth full of hooks. I gotta get him on the back. Come here. Ah, holy cow, he's heavy. Look how he ate that bait. That's when you know you got the right deal going on. When they're eating it head first like that. We always heard about a jerk pause. Jerk pause. Longer pauses when it's cold. But now we're actually getting real-time data on how those fish are reacting. Since all this technology has came out, one of the biggest questions I've got is people asking me, well, would you choose 360 or would you choose live? And I don't honestly know how to answer that because they're two completely different technologies, right? And they have, you know, things that they do better than one or the other. And to me, like the pair is what makes it the most efficient. And a lot of times I identify the cast I want to make on my 360, and I'll make the cast and then I'll find the bait with the live, or sometimes you're scanning around and you see the fish on your live and then you make that cast. If I wasn't scanning around, I would never know this was here, but on my 360, I find that. Then when you find it, you turn your trolling motor over, you say, oh look, there's a bass sitting right there on top of it. Then you're able to make the cast, you know, pick up the bait, look at the situation, and now you know that there's fish holding on that cover. They're moving around a lot. Got him. Came off that rock. He's not even fighting yet. Oh, I got him wrapped up a little bit. There we go. Gosh, they are healthy and full of spunk. Easy. Yeah, we're talking, this is fall. It's the first start of the cool down. People always think about how jerkbaits are only for the spring, but that is not the case. A jerkbait is actually probably one of the most versatile hard baits that there is, because it's kind of that freestyle type of bait. We'll let that guy go. Set my jerkbait's over there somewhere. I followed it good. Oh! 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 Two of them. Oh! Oh! We're too close. That was the weirdest thing ever. So I never felt that fish bite. I just saw one out of that school start rising to the top, and I started reeling and that fish had it. I never felt him grab it. I've watched him eat it and never felt it. I was like, man, that's weird that that one's rising all the way to the top. I might be able to swing that one in. And he came up there and sucked it right in. Man, that is a fun bite. Healthy, clean. That was really cool. Never felt that fish bite. I just saw that whole wad of smallmouth underneath the jerkbait, and all of a sudden one just went flying to the surface, and I thought, man, that's weird, and I started reeling, and my line was loose, because I had the bait just sitting there as little twitches, and that fish ate it, and I never even felt it. Watched it happen, but never felt it. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Oh, back down. He came all the way up to it, just sitting there.